From metallics to nudes to old Hollywood glamour, the biggest night in Hollywood would not be what it is without the fashion. And we are going to give you a recap of the biggest showstoppers and the ones that didn't even make the nomination ballot. Shelley joins us with a fashion recap. Hi, Shelley.
Good morning.
Well, you look beautiful.
Well, thank you. I saw your pictures last night. You guys really looked amazing.
Oh,
it was fun, I bet.
It was. It was a lot of fun.
It was something very different that we haven't gotten to do together yet. So it was fun to get all glammed up and
You did it. You guys nailed it.
Thank you.
But for the big night, for the real stars, I read something this morning that said it was sort of the most blah fashion that they've seen in a while. Would you agree with that? Or
I would. I thought the men were more interesting, you know, with the long hair, a lot of facial hair. But, you know, they still looked amazing. It just wasn't a lot of color.
Right.
And I think this first girl we're going to talk about is Amanda.
Yes.
Is that right? She had on this Alexander McQueen dress, and you can't really see here, but it's very pale, but it's like a lavender color underneath there, and she looks amazing. It was a corseted dress. I would have liked to have seen her in a little more color, though. I feel like it kind of washed her out.
It completely does.
And I think there was a lot of celebrities this year that looked really washed out, where you're like, are they wearing clothes or are they not wearing clothes?
The pale was a big trend on the carpet. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of them, though. Jennifer Lawrence, I really like this dress. I know you weren't so hot on it.
No, I did like it.
Oh, well, maybe it was Allison.
Yes.
I don't know.
No,
but I
did
like
like
this.
it.
Well, she's the it girl. And no surprise she wore Dior. She's the face of Dior, and this was a lot of fabric. I mean, it was almost like a brocade, and I'm sure it was heavy, which is why she tripped up the stage.
Exactly.
But she looks like a movie star. She looks very youthful, and if she has a rocking body, she could have worn anything. But I liked this. I thought the necklace she had came down her back was very pretty. I can't find anything wrong with this.
No, it's still the light color, but it works with her skin. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a little bit of more of a blush color.
Right.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I liked how she wasn't going over the top with it.
Right. Well, and you know, even though it had all this fabric, she said she like cut off part of the train before the show, which is hard to believe because she still ended up tripping. But it doesn't look like it's that restrictive. I mean, it still looks like it's flowing, even though the fabric isn't like a chiffon or something like that.
Huh. All right. Next. Charlize Theron.
Okay, so if I could have had any dress on the red carpet, this would have been, she wasn't my best dressed, but she looks ethereal, and she's 5'11". She cut her hair about 8 months ago, I guess, for a role, and she has this little pixie cut. I mean, she could have no hair at all and look amazing. But I love the peplum on this, and it was jeweled. You can't really see it here, but you know, in the close-up photos, you could see it had a little bit of sparkle, and she just looks, I mean, breathtaking.
She's one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. I
agree.
Hands down.
I agree.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay, she is beautiful as well. She got a little bit of criticism for kind of looking like the Oscar, a little too gilded here.
It looks like carpet, kind of.
Yeah, well, yeah, she, but I will tell you, I'm obsessing over those earrings. I guess she had like 200 carats of natural diamonds worth like $1 million, and those earrings were gorgeous.
Well, she's beautiful.
She is, right?
That dress kind of looks like a lot of the wedding dresses I've been seeing online. Okay, moving on. Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts. She, I have to say, she took the biggest fashion risk on the red carpet, I think. This kind of a futuristic looking gown, and in 1983, or no, 1987, I won a beauty pageant in the same color, same sequin type of gown. And I will tell you, this is really hard to wear this much sequins and still look thin. And I mean, this is fitted perfectly. It's Armani, and I think, you know, I think it was, sequins were, if I had to say any sort of risk-taking, sequins seemed to be it on the red carpet. There wasn't anything crazy out there, but this gown, I thought she did it well. And I mean, her hair is simple. I think she has the best updo of all the girls too.
I could see that. I don't know if I'm a fan of that or not. You're right, though. It's definitely risky. I don't know.
A little bit
undecided.
Different. Well, you know, that asymmetrical look has been in for a while, and this is just a little bit different take on it, I think. You know, we're always looking to reinvent fashion trends, right?
Right, that's very true. Anne Hathaway, she had to be one of the most criticized. It's just unfortunate placement, I think.
Well, yeah, she's like the star that had the wardrobe mishap without actually showing any skin.
Right, exactly.
So reportedly, she was going to be wearing Valentino. I mean, she tends to favor Valentino, and about 3 hours before the show, she chose this Prada dress. And I mean, I think it's just really ho-hum. You know, when she turned around, it kind of looked like an apron. I mean, she said, oh, it's business in the front, party in the back. I didn't see it that way. The jewels were amazing. She had on this Tiffany necklace that draped down her back, and it was gorgeous, but I just felt like this sort of looked like a satin bridesmaid's dress.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, she could wear anything. I would have liked to have seen her wear something. I would have loved to have seen what the Valentino dress would have looked like.
Well, and everyone's making such a big deal about the darts on the dress, which if anybody knows anything about dresses, they know that they're darts, but she's been taking a lot of heat for those.
Well, she won Best Supporting Actress, but she needed a little support there. I don't know.
She did.
That was, someone wasn't on her side there.
Agreed. All right, Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, so I think Reese Witherspoon looks great. I mean,
she's one of my favorites.
This is like the biggest pop of color we saw almost. And I think that, you know, that lent to her being a standout. She's really come into her own in style. And I mean, she owns this dress. And I think, you know, the waves around her face, and she just really brings it to life.
It makes her waist look super tiny.
Yeah, and strapless was also kind of a big trend on the runway. We saw a lot of strapless dresses.
Nicole Kidman.
Okay, well, what did you guys think?
I like that.
Ooh, I don't.
You know, I just think she looks like almost like she's in a costume, like a mermaid. Like it's so shiny, and it's really, really almost like it's painted on her. And there's nothing wrong, but I just sort of, I just am not in love with it. And when she stands next to her husband, Keith Urban, I mean, they look like they have the same hairdo. I didn't like the hair at all. I just, there's nothing wrong, but I didn't love it.
I don't like those discs at the bottom or whatever those are.
Yeah, it looks like scale. I'm telling you, mermaid costume. That's what this screams to me.
Especially for as tall and thin as she is, she could just be wearing something far more beautiful.
And she tends to wear a lot of like this column dress, and so I guess she's switching it up with the little flare at the end.
It looks like too much in one outfit.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, this one was actually my favorite of the night. Jennifer Aniston.
Agreed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that's a bad picture. That makes it look like she's got a big tail on her.
I mean, she's all American. This totally goes with who she is, the relaxed, casual, and at least she's not wearing black. She likes to wear a lot of black.
Right.
I just felt like this was uninspired. I mean, this is Valentino, and it's their new spring line, but it looks like it's been worn before. And I don't like the draping. I just think it just kind of hangs. I love the color. I mean, I think the color was amazing. It looked great, but I was really underwhelmed with this.
Oh, I loved her. I think I just like her.
Yeah, I mean, she looks great. She's such a movie star. I felt like there could have been more from her.
Stacy Keibler.
Okay, this is my best dress. She'd have gotten that award last night. Well, she'd have had a fight with you, Amanda, I'm gonna have to say. Okay, and what a couple. I mean, they're amazing. She's his best accessory. But she had this Art Deco inspired dress, but unlike Anne Hathaway, she also channeled like a different era, but she like went for a replica of Audrey Hepburn. And I think that Stacy she made this her own, and I just think it worked beautifully on her. She's high style, she always gets it right, and I think it's flawless. I think she really is a standout.
That's the first time I've ever seen him look a little old.
Yeah, he's kind of got the Santa Claus beard. I mean, don't you think it needs to be like shaped or something?
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of men had facial hair, I'm telling you.
They did. The beard was in. The beard is in.
Yeah, even Bradley Cooper, he had his, he had it on too, so.
I think the thing with Stacy is that she must have the most perfect proportioned body.
Right.
Because anything you put on her fits her perfectly and doesn't, you know, like sometimes you put on a dress, it makes your waist look like it's up here, it makes you have a super long waist. Like everything she wears is just so proportioned to her body. I'm jealous.
Yeah, well, she's a model. I mean, she can wear anything, and I think she nailed it here.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one that we're going to talk about is the most interesting one of the night, Helen Hunt.
Oh, yes. Nice. H&M, that was the big, it's an eco-friendly, I guess they reuse fabrics for her. It was very wrinkled, and that was the biggest criticism that everyone was saying. And then she paired it with like $750,000 worth of jewels or something insane.
So a very affordable dress.
Yeah.
With a ton of diamonds.
Yeah, and then there's all that, you know, you're being all this green, eco-conscious, and then, you know, the whole blood diamond thing. I didn't really understand that, but And I just feel like it wasn't fitted. I mean, I know she was trying to show that ready to wear, and you know, you don't have to spend a fortune to look beautiful. And I mean, she could wear anything, but
I think it didn't work for her.
it didn't work.
She was trying to make a statement, but
had they pressed it and fitted it, she would have. It was very reminiscent of Reese Witherspoon's gown.
Yes.
right, that's true.
Well, Shelley, always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, this was fun.
Good. Thank you, Shelley.
And make sure to check out Shelley's website for more beauty tips online at faceofthis.me.